What am I looking at? I'm looking at that.
Yeah, you're looking at this.
Hello in there.
Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library.
Hello.
I'm Claudia.
Yes.
And you are?
Also not. What? I'm Bill. Hello.
Bill is my guest spinster for today. Bill's also my husband, which...
It makes the whole thing really dumb.
It completely negates the meaning of spinster. Today I want to discuss with you the fact that we have been married for... A bit. We've been together for a while. You don't expect me to remember the dates, do you? The point is, you don't read books and I read books.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going with this?
That's the topic of this video.
Oh.
Way back when we were living in a tiny flat in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
I decided that I couldn't live with you any longer without you having read Harry Potter. So...
That's not how you put this. It was way more positive than that.
Go on,
like, because you kept talking about this Harry Potter's or whoever, and you said that I would really enjoy it if I gave it a try. I'm pretty sure something like that happened. And I'd recently finished all of the Mass Effect games, and I thought you'd really enjoy them.
Yeah, so we haven't mentioned yet, Bill likes video games. Obviously I like books.
So we traded.
Yeah, we made a deal. So I read... No.
No, that wouldn't help at all. She read Harry Potter while I played Mass Effect again. And then we just ignored each other for a few weeks. Just did what we want to do, and that's how your relationship.
Part of that is true. We were in the same room. We did ignore each other for weeks. I played Mass Effect video games and Bill read Harry Potter. Incidentally,
if you want to do this, Mass Effect and Harry Potter are really good to start with, because the time it takes to read all of the Harry Potter books for a relatively slow reader is about the same amount of time it takes to complete Mass Effect for a relatively slow gamer.
On easy mode. So that's what we did. I sat down and played the Mass Effect games, and I did enjoy them for a video game, considering I'm not someone who normally enjoys video games. And Bill read Harry Potter, and did you enjoy it?
Are you not someone who normally enjoys video games?
No.
Divorce. Did I enjoy Harry Potter?
I mean, you told me you did.
Yeah, you're putting me on the spot a little bit now. It's alright.
Yeah, that's what I thought about Mass Effect.
The story was alright.
We really are portraying this in a positive light. So after we'd done that project, which took a few weeks, we decided to try again and ramp up the difficulty a bit. So I tried to make him read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen.
Mm-hmm. And Claudia played the Mega Drive Sonic games from 1 to 3 and Knuckles.
That didn't go well.
Yeah, that nearly ended our relationship right there, didn't it? No, it didn't. I mean, we were finding limits for each other. You wanted to give me a really hard book, so I was like...
No, I didn't.
You did.
Jane Austen, I thought, right...
Well, really hard for a dumbass.
As far as classics go, Jane Austen's really approachable.
And as far as classic games go, Sonic's really easy. The idea was that you were giving me a classic book that was easy for classic books. I was giving you a classic game that was easy for classic games. They were the same thing.
Yeah.
Sonic and Jane Austen, same thing.
Didn't work.
We both found it too hard.
Yeah, but we liked the idea of it, I think, of you reading while I play video games.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of...
And it's not. We're not doing this in silence, are we? You know, we're asking each other stuff about how we're getting on, how we're enjoying it, stuff we like, stuff we don't like, and it's for if you're in love with someone with whom you share quite a few interests. We don't share our biggest interests.
No, we share a lot of minor interests like television,
cats.
Minor interest.
But we don't have everything in common, and I think that's going to be true of most people. And it may be that your partner's main thing is something that you just don't share.
Yeah.
And that's what we hit against. You know, there are some things that we very much enjoy doing together, but the main thing that you enjoy is reading, the main thing that I enjoy is gaming, and we never had those in common. So this was really cool, because we got to share each other's interests in a really nice way and spend time together, both enjoying our interests together.
There are some books that you actually decide to read all by yourself, but they tend to be non-fiction books. So the last one we read was Crash Override by Zoe Quinn. And then before that we did Pimp State by Kat Banyard, which we also did a video discussion about. It's going to be in that corner.
In my forehead.
Yeah. But in terms of books that I've picked for you, so after Pride and Prejudice, I think the next one that I did give you was The Giver by Lois Lowry. Did you like that one?
I think so. No, I think I did. Like, don't ask me what it's about. Okay. There were some books that I did enjoy that I was surprised by.
Yeah.
And same with you and the game.
Yeah, so the game that I probably enjoyed the most would be Life is Strange. Chrono Trigger, also fun, but I tend to get bored with games, so actually I tend to not finish games more often than Bill doesn't finish a book.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
I didn't finish Yoshi's Island, I didn't finish Chrono Trigger yet, I didn't finish Fallout New Vegas. The only two that I actually finished was Life is Strange and A Link to the Past.
You did finish the Sonic games, didn't you? Or you
No.
got very close.
I got to two of them, I think, not the third. Or one of them, not the second. Something like that.
I'm sure I remember you playing Death Egg Zone on Sonic and Knuckles. No.
Which of the books that you've read would you say did you enjoy the most?
I actually did like The Remains of the Day, since we were mentioning that. The Remains of the Day was a good book. I like good characters and a good character mystery, and that's kind of what that was. The sort of the filling in the background of it and figuring out for myself, was this guy a good guy?
Yeah.
You know, just how imperfect is the narrator?
Yeah, actually we do have a lot of discussions about both video games and books as a method of storytelling.
Yeah.
Like how you can have an unreliable narrator in books and then how that translates to games and stuff. So there are some similarities between the two media.
Games with we've discussed this a lot. Claudia hasn't actually played Spec Ops: The Line.
That is the game that you
but
say
we've
highly
discussed it a lot.
narrator.
That's a game that's a good example of how you do an unreliable narrator.
Is that the one that you said would make me vomit because I have motion sickness?
One of the ones. It's a really cool psycho. I don't want to say too much about it because you've got to go out and play it. Yeah. It almost comes out as like a psychological thriller in a way. It's got this really cool mystery going on in the background. The story is great, the setting is great, the characters are great, but it's all wrapped up in this really middle of the road military shooter, and that's not the sort of game that you would enjoy.
Right.
And it's not even necessarily my sort of game, but I had to really push through it to get the story out.
So it's subverting a genre to add kind of another layer to it.
Yeah, so you've got to enjoy, to some degree, the genre, as well as enjoying the subversion of it. But talking about stuff that we've actually done, I mean, that's how we got into whether games or books are the best storytelling medium and how.
Yeah, we haven't agreed on that.
No, we never will.
No.
Games are better. Because you are part of the story and you can sometimes affect how it plays out or not. And
you're part of the story in books, but you don't get to affect, you're actually like...
I never feel that way. I feel like books is more sort of voyeurism, like you're watching the people do the thing.
Even a first-person narrator, like, for example, The Remains of the Day.
Like The Remains of the Day, yeah. I never felt... I guess maybe to some degree, like I was... Like, you can feel at least that you're there with the guy.
Yeah.
And you're there, you know, sitting next to him in the car as he drives and he's talking about his history, and you're emotionally invested in the sense of, hey, this is my boy, hey, this is my friend, you know. But it's not the same as the story actually happening to you, which I think video games does better.
Well, because you have the visual aspect as well, you know, in a video game you can see what's going on.
Yeah,
in a book you have to imagine it.
Yeah, I've realised that my imagination's pretty poor.
Yeah, I think that's where the main difference is. So one of the most out there kind of books that I gave you was Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman.
Which also was one of the ones that I liked.
Yeah, you got through it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And the video games that I liked the most, I would say Chrono Trigger and Life is Strange. I didn't like Yoshi's Island a lot because it's difficult. I didn't like Fallout New Vegas a lot because it's difficult. And A Link to the Past, it was fine until it got really difficult.
You liked Mass Effect, the Mass Effect games.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I think the Mass Effect and Harry Potter swap was probably the most fun because it was the first one that we did.
Yeah. And I'm not counting any of the Harry Potter books among my favourites. Like, they're fine. Yeah, it's a cool way to spend time together doing different things.
Yeah.
And discussing those things later.
Yeah.
And you're both in it together, aren't you?
Well, kind of, yeah.
What else do we need to talk about on this?
I think that was it. Yeah, I'm interested if...
Like and subscribe for more cats.
Oh, I never say like and subscribe in my videos.
I know, that's why I'm doing it. You've got to play it again.
The thing is, people know how you're supposed to interact with the video. Like, you don't have to remind them every video.
Remember to click the little bell icon so you get notified of new videos.
Don't, because it's really annoying when you just get the notifications on your phone. Well, what I do actually want to know is if any of the lovely people watching this have a similar kind of deal with their partners for sharing interests that they don't naturally have in common.
So this is the book partners tag.
No, this is not a tag.
Oh.
Let's not make this a tag. Thank you for watching.
I'm not thanking them for this.
No, you have to say bye. Bye. It's like you've never seen my videos before.
Okay, do it again.
Thank you for
Bye! We got married in 2014, right? Was it 14?
This can't be 4 years. 2015.
No, I'm sure I've got an old meter reading from 2014.
Yeah,
That's how
I know. I
remember that
think, we got married in 2015. I think.
Right.
Because we weren't quite here a year.
Oh, what's cool is we can't leave this bit in because it makes us look awful. So this is like we're in a timeline that never existed.
Yes.
This is like we're time travelling right now.
Yes.